How are you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please go ahead, type the number 1 in the chat box to let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. There is absolutely nothing worse than talking to myself for the next 30 or 40 minutes. All right. Wunderbar. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate it. Afternoon, Kevin. How are you, sir? Andreas, good afternoon. Or it could be good morning, depending where you guys are. Hey, it could be evening, depending on where you come from. Patty, how are you, dear? Everything's good with me, Kevin. Thank you for asking. Good, Patty. Glad to hear it. Suzanne, yeah, good to see you. Good to hear you anyway, or talk to you, Suzanne. All right. So it looks like I'm jumping ahead on my screens here. Hey, Frankie B, appreciate it, my friend. All right. So Brandon taught a great class last week on Friday. Excuse me, seasonality of spreads. Woo! If you missed it, it was phenomenal. Make sure you check it out. It's in your members area for E-mini Think Tank and for Wealth with Spreads. Patterns in a Flash coming up this week. Inner Circle. So the 14th is Patterns in a Flash. Inner Circle is the 15th. Trading You comes up on the 19th. Monster Market Move is next week on the 22nd. But most important to me on this screen is that last one there, live from New York. It's not Saturday night. It's actually Friday into Friday night, Friday day to night. September 17th, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time here in New York near the Nassau Coliseum, literally right next door to it. You could walk to the Coliseum from the hotel. We are doing a live one-day training in New York, folks. This is more of a thank you from me than anything else. It's $99 for a full day. The last time we did a seminar in New York, I think the lowest it cost was $1,295 for the day. Right, we're doing $99. We've got a limited number of seats available. If you have an interest and you haven't already booked your seat, drop a note in here that says, I want to go to that event. And our admin will grab those, which I think is Amy today. Amy will grab those and give them off to Amelia, and she'll get you guys connected with that. But like I said, we closed out about 25% of them on the first day. Amelia made a call. I think every call but one person was able to make it for that day. Something had changed with their schedule, and they couldn't make it. But everybody else she spoke to, she had locked in. We're not done yet. She still has more on the list. We don't have a link for it yet. Literally, all we have is a form, and we're working on getting the link to that. My hope is by the time we get the form done, we still have seats available for it. But go ahead and get yourself registered, guys. If you do come, you do attend, $99, you'll get a $200 credit just for showing up. This is just to make sure that people show. Too many times you give it away for free, and everyone's like, not a big deal. I'm not going to go. Right? You need to come. That's the whole idea behind this, because if you don't, and we have limited seats, I want to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to be there whenever possible, however possible. Let's see. Amelia dropped the link in there. The date, Ellen, is the 17th. Sean, we probably need to make that bigger on this slide. It's September 17th is the date. Yeah, Charles, you're in. I saw yours come through. And then Amelia replied back to it again as well. So perfect. Right? Now, if you guys have not yet registered with the various social media platforms that we do, make sure you do, guys, right? And gals, right? I got a message the other day that we hit a couple of thousand downloads on our podcast. It's very exciting for me. I did not expect it to take off the way that it has so far. We've got stuff going out every week on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. We haven't pushed into LinkedIn just yet. We will. But on LinkedIn, I've got 28,000 followers, I think it is, or friends, or whatever you want to call them on LinkedIn. So make sure, guys, you're registered there. And, of course, go ahead and grab the Stock Market Millionaire podcast. You can get it wherever you get your podcast from, Apple, all of that. Download it. Piece of cake. Some great stuff. We're doing every week a new podcast, so you're really going to enjoy it. All right? And how'd you guys do today with trades? Talk to me. Drop them in. I don't care if they're funded, non-funded. It means nothing to me. Steele, you the band, baby. Watching Zoom and YouTube at the same time. I love it. Henry, that's a great question. What airport is the closest to the venue? So JFK will be the closest airport to come into. It's going to be about 30, 35 minutes from the airport to the hotel. LaGuardia is going to add 10 to 15 minutes to that. If you go east to what's called MacArthur Airport, you've got about an hour's ride from MacArthur. But it is a very small airport, easy in, easy out. You don't have the craziness of JFK and LaGuardia. You'll think that you're in like a little Westchester airport or something. It's a little no-name. Delta doesn't fly in it, which is why I don't use it any longer. But we used to fly out of there all the time when Delta did. We didn't mind the ride out. It was easy parking, walk right to the air, to the gate from there. It's a piece of cake. But that's your airports. Yeah, Oscar said waiting for Coinbase to drop and Apple. Okay. Who else? Talk to me, guys and gals. What are we doing as far as trades today? Let me go ahead and see if I can open one more thing up. There we go. Let's minimize that. Beautiful. Okay. It's going to be at the Marriott, Frankie B, right over by LaGuardia Airport. It's Marriott, something Doolittle Boulevard. Is what it is. If you send an email, Frankie B, to support@wealthbuildershq.com, we can get you the information for it. There are a limited number of rooms available at a discounted rate, guys. So once those are locked in and done, they're done, right? You can still get a room at the hotel, but we've got a discounted rate with them with the hotel right now. So take advantage of that. There you go. Trader Will said up 35% on TRIP, TRIP. Excellent. Michael Voodoo, how you doing? Opened up SoFi trade 10, 15, 21. Sold 15 puts, 3 contracts in the Iron Condor as well. There you go. Barry, it is at a Marriott. Sean, what's the address? What's the road? Is it Doolittle Boulevard? So it's on Doolittle Boulevard. We're going to do a lot. It may be on Doolittle, but we're going to do a lot. Almost got on Spy Call 15 minutes ago, but got distracted and missed it. Still, don't you love when that stuff happens? Charles said, low volume, Rob, didn't see much. Yeah, it's interesting. Marriott Uniondale. There you go. Thank you, Amelia. Charles said, I'm waiting until tomorrow to trade, waiting to see how the market does today. And there's nothing wrong with that. You wait for the market conditions show that accommodate you, that fit your risk profile, your own personal risk tolerance. You should not be chasing after a market because anybody else does, right, at all. So, guys, I've got 2 of them here for you today, right? Here's the first one that went through, and this is from our head trader in our trading department is Amelia. She crushes it every day. She blows me away with what she does. Here she did an SPY trade, right? And this was done today, July 12th, at 10:07:46 a.m. Actually, 10:04. Let's go there first. My bad. 10:04 was the buy. She bought 13 contracts of the 435 calls at $1.27. So 1270 plus another 400, 12, 13, about $1,500. About $1,500. Okay. Well, she put $1,500 into the trade, and she closed this trade out just from 10:04. Oh, no, we got the mouse. 10:04 to 10:07. We're about 3 minutes away. She closed from 127 to 145. So 18 cents. I know. I'm waiting to hear it. Rob, 18 cents. My God, that's not much. 18 cents, 10 contracts, $180. Another 3 contracts, about $60. Call it $200. She made $200 in 3 minutes. The rate of return, outstanding. Absolutely love to see it, right? She's doing great, right? Zuriel said from YouTube, Disney up 38%. Great job. Great job. Guys, we're looking at 14% in 3 minutes here. I don't know about you, but I'll take 14% for 3 minutes all flipping day long. Never a question for me, right? Here's another one. Now, this was a spread that was done, right? It was a credit spread, sold the 427.5, 425 bull put spread for $1. And you see down on the bottom, here's the $1 credit, right? Bought the spread back at 35 cents, 43% rate of return in 14 minutes. 43%, right? Home run, guys. That is a great trade. When we do these, the 13 contracts on the SPY, there's a reason we do that. There's a calculation we did to come up with a good rate of return for us as far as dollars and cents goes, because to do one contract's tougher to make 20 cents, 18 cents. It's a little bit hard, right? 13 contracts works well for what we do. But on here, you'll see one contract, one contract, one contract. This was a one contract trade. We sold one, we bought one, and then we wound out of the same spread just a few minutes later, right? What was it? From 34 to 48. So 14 minutes later, I'll take it. Absolutely take it. So good job for those of you that did put those trades through. Barry said, I do these 15 to 20 cent trades all the time, but usually 1 to 3 week expiration. Yeah, and Amelia does them for the same day, Barry. She's not in that long. It's the same day trade for her. What should midpoint versus natural? Whoa. What about midpoint versus natural? Should it be 10 contracts? So, Barry, I'm not really sure what you mean by that. We do one contract, period, on this to show that you don't need a lot of contracts. There's one trade. We're up 65 cents, $65 for the day. You needed $250 less than 65. You need $185 to make $65 in 14 minutes, right? As far as the SPY trade, remember, where's 13? It's a fib number. It is a good harmonic number for us to work with, and it gives us enough premium. Could you do it with 5 contracts or 3 or 8 or 9 or 6? Sure. 13 just seems to work well for what we're looking to accomplish. So hopefully that answers it for you. Isn't bargaining easier if less than 10 contracts? Little guys, not the big boys. Well, okay. So, Barry, it all depends what you're looking at, right? Let's see what we got here. Guys, we're going to use TOS. TradeStation has decided it doesn't like the software that we use. So we may be using TOS more and more here in Power Hour, right? Which may not be a bad thing because it'll force me to learn more about it. Sean and I just went through a half an hour of what about this, what about that, because I don't use it very often. So if we go ahead and look at SPY, and there are things that I don't like about it, like I have to come over to the box to type in the symbol. I don't want to do that. I'd rather do it right on the chart. So if we look here, and I've got to look at the wheres, right? So this is an option that expires on July 12th. That would be today, right, on SPY. So on SPY, we're looking for a, here's my delta of 87, right? My open interest is 12,995. My volume today is 37,000. You're not going to have a problem normally, Barry, with getting filled if you're dealing with something like the SPY or the Qs, right? The more contracts you go after, the harder it is to get filled, correct? But 13 contracts on SPY, it's a pretty easy deal for them. Brenda said, that's what I use. How'd you do today on the Qs, Brenda? I know you traded it. Let me just close that down. So Gerald said, if you link your chart and trade page, you do not need to type in the symbol. Oh, okay. So there's a way, I guess, of linking them together, just like there is on TradeStation. We'll figure it out, but I appreciate that. Oh, okay. Brenda said she got started late today, so she hasn't traded. Hey, this is the great thing about being a trader, right? You start when you want to start. If today was a bad day, guys, we did a video. I don't know where it went out this morning. I create the video. I send it to Sean. Sean distributes it wherever he feels that video will fit best for us that day. And I did a video this morning that I had all my plan written out this morning. I had my action plan done, ready to rock with what I wanted to trade today. And then life threw a curveball at me, right? A lemon, if you want to call it that. And I couldn't get to the market at the open this morning. I had something else planned. We had to cancel that, change it to later today. And I missed out on the trades that I wanted to do this morning, right? And people all the time freak out over this. Oh, my God, I can't believe I missed it. There's going to be another trade tomorrow, probably today. Don't stress if you missed a trade. You'll be okay. Don't worry too much about it. All right, so all right, let's go take a look at the market. Amen, Brenda says. Yep. Amen for sure. Keep forgetting I've got a mouse on here now. Let's see. I'm going to take my symbol grid down for now. Okay. So S&P 500, SPX, great V bottom into this wonderful V top. We have had this nice run, a lot of little disturbances inside of here, right? We made this move up. There's another disturbance, another disturbance. We didn't have that smooth, bullish thrusting pattern. It was sloppy, right? This has been a fairly nice bullish thrusting pattern until here, right, with that gap down. The next day, we gave it all back. We got it back again. And today, all-time highs again. Now, we may or may not hold for the closing high, but for an all-time high, we're there. We're there now. Now, let's do the scrunch key here. You know what? Let me do this first. Okay. Up above head, guys, we've got this 4,400 level. Now, this is a key level for multiple reasons. First off, we have a fib line up there. That's the first reason. That is the red line that's right here, the solid red line. If you look to the right, and by the way, that solid red line is $4,400.08. If you look to the right of the red line, you see a red dash line. That's the 4,400 level at that point. So $4,400 and $4,400.08. Yeah, I'd call that a confluence, a serious confluence. It's so serious of a confluence, you can't see the difference of the lines when they're on top of each other. That's how tight it is. But then right below there is a green line. Now that green line is part of a Fibonacci ABC pattern that helped us to understand an extension. And if we look back here, and we're looking at, let's see if I can come a little bit. If you look at the move from down here where the fib started, all the way up here to where the fib ended, this solid blue line, right? That's A to B, or 0 to 100. That's where the fib ends. The pullback to the deepest trough right there is our C. And it extends out this 1, 2, 3 lines, the ones that are out further than the rest of the fib. These 3 lines right here. Right? They are extensions, a 23% extension, a 61.8%, and a 100%. And what we are looking for is we're looking to see if that move in there, we're looking for a duplication of that move. Not necessarily in the same time frame, but from C, and I'll be off a little bit with my lines, guys. I'm not perfect there. But from the lowest trough, whatever this move was from A to B, let's say it was 100 points, we're looking for a 100-point move here. And I'm making up the numbers, right, of the 100 points. But it's the same dimension, height, distance, dollar amount. Again, whatever verb or word you want to use works. That movement is what we're looking for. And look, we're coming pretty darn close to it now. We're going to ring that 4,400 bell. I think in this run, we may see some pullbacks, but I think we'll hit that 4,400 over the next week or two. You may see some hesitations. We should anyway, but you may see some hesitation. We're going to ring that 4,400 level. What it does from there is a totally different story, because now I've got 3 major confluences happening there. I've got 100% extension. I have the 4,400 level, and I have the fib line that's already been sitting there, which is the negative 618. So, yeah, negative 618. An extremely important fib level is lying inside of that area, right? So all 3 of those are sitting right on top of each other. And there's a lot of strength there. It will take some work to break through it. Be careful if it does pierce through and say, oh, breakout. Let me jump on the bandwagon. You might want to hold off. And could I be wrong? Absolutely. I could be dead wrong. It happened once before. Actually, it happened once before today, at least. Ask my wife. She'll tell you. Have I been wrong with that before? Absolutely. Do I have a higher probability of being right? Yep. I'm going to miss trades because I wait for pullbacks. I'm going to miss them. Absolutely. But I have a better chance of being right. So I will, if I get the breakout, I'll get in position number 1 of the chair back here. Hands can't reach the keyboard. I am just kind of hanging out, waiting for the pullback to start. As the pullback starts, I'll go into a straight upright position. As we get closer to that level and it starts to bounce, that's when I'm leaning forward on the keyboard. Right? 3 positions of the chair. Important functionality. Yeah, here, kitty, kitty. You got it, Amos. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. And I love the little hammer. See, I've got mine. I was waiting for someone with a big trade today. I got mine here, right? But here, kitty, kitty. Oh, that would be a great here, kitty, kitty. Sean, we need to do that. All right? That would be a great here, kitty, kitty. Daniel said, if you miss a trade, learn to say next. That is where I'm at now. I missed my trade entry, and I'm waiting for the next one. Daniel, we just created a T-shirt. We got a whole bunch of shirts that we're working on. I'll actually be talking with Sean about it in the office today as soon as we're done with our power hour today. But one of the shirts says the most important word in a trader's vocabulary, next, right? And I think we've got it in a sideways candle, a green candle it's inside of the word next, right? And it is getting good at saying next, passing on the junk. Oh, Robbie, if I keep passing on trades, yeah, as long as you're following a system and you pass on the ones that don't fit your system, you've got a better chance of being right in that trade. Let's see. Roman, you in here with us today? I know if you are around, you are here. Nope, not seeing you in here today. All right, so sorry, I'm just scrolling through the who's here with us right now. Amos, I know you trade a bunch with Roman at the same time, and I know you fall into the same realm, and so do so many other of you, particularly those that are in mastermind and or in inner circle. By taking the breakout, or let me rephrase that, by waiting for the breakout to come back and retest and bounce, Amos, and anybody else that is doing this type of trade, do you think it is a better choice to wait for that, or do you take the breakout? Give me a 1 if you think it's a better choice to wait for the retest and the bounce, or a 2 if you take the breakout on the trade. And I'm not saying you're wrong. Guys, I have traders, friends of mine that love the breakouts. Man, they are crushing it with the breakout. I always seem to be on the wrong side of it because emotion tends to kick in. Ooh, it broke out. I have FOMO, fear of missing out. If I don't get it now, it's going to run forever and I miss it. Let it run forever. Let it run forever. Yeah, Amos typed in 1, lots of 1s, me too. Yeah, Brandon, retest bounce. And we got a couple of 2s. And guys, there's nothing wrong. Listen, breakout traders can do extremely well. As long as you know the game, you know the rules, you know how to play the game, you're okay. You're okay. I am phenomenal when it comes to sports. Always have been my entire life. Don't play them as much any longer, right? Tried with my girls, coached soccer and things like that. Let's see, my youngest got thrown out of the game because someone ran past her with the ball because she was hugging another team member on the field, right? It's like, right? I'm pretty good at sports, okay? And if it's a different sport that I am not used to playing, just show me the rules. Show me the rules, and I'll do okay with it, right? I'll do okay. Let me play it a little bit, and I'll crush it, right? All except for, like, soccer. That I never got the hang of. I was the guy that I would be, holding would be an understatement. I'd grab you by a shirt and throw you down if you deked me out and got around me. That's why I played goalie in hockey, right? But not in soccer. There you go. All right, Whitney, I appreciate it. Was a number 1, right, from YouTube. Excellent. All right, so if we look and watch, let me go ahead and bring this in a little bit. Come on. All right. So actually, S&P is probably not the company to do this with. Let's go ahead and look at. Let's just go look at Amazon. So here we go. We've got a nice big run on this day here, right? Look, we broke out above and we failed. We broke out above and we failed. Here we broke out above. It took off, worked extremely well, right? The breakout worked. But so would I have taken that trade? No, I didn't take that trade. Did I get this trade in here? Yeah, sure did. Sure did. We took that trade. Actually, I don't have it open. Well, actually, let me do this. Let's see. Let me go over here. All right, so okay, there we go. All right, so here, Amazon. You can see Amazon right in there. Right, this week was 3,900. I don't have my tracking sheet to bring you back to last week. The day before. So I was on the 9th. On the 8th, that was the big day, $21,840 on 4 contracts. 4. And we did not get all the way to the highest price. We got out before that. 4 contracts, 21 grand, right? Because Amazon that day moved up, retested a fib line, and then it bounced. I didn't take the breakout. Could I have? Yes. But every time I do that, this is what tends to happen to me. Right? Getting busted in my head by the market maker. Amy said, Rob, also on Pop, I think. Okay, let me know, Amos. If you think if we're still supposed to be in that trade, let me know. I thought we pulled out of it. I thought we exited the PayPal. But let me know. All right, so let me bring this back. Let's go look at 1 or 2 charts, and then let's pull your candidates up that you guys want to see. So first is let's go look at GameStop. I've seen twice already it's gotten dropped in here. Not yet, Brenda. Not yet. Not yet. You're going to have to type them in again, I think, because I'm going to miss them. Let's see. So F2, F3, 4. Let's escape. Okay. So that 193.50 being violated last week, that's a little bit concerning to me. I'm out of my puts on GameStop. They expired worthless. Life is good. I'm okay. I was all the way down here at the 140s. Am I back again this week? I'm not. Does that mean you shouldn't be? Absolutely not. Doesn't mean that at all. I'll see what happens later in the week. If we can get up maybe above some of the moving averages. But my overall pattern in the last 2 weeks has been in that downward slope. Right in here, it's kind of that downward slope in there. Yeah, we maybe flattened off there, but I'm not willing to take that kind of chance, right? So GameStop is okay. If we look at GameStop, we will probably need all strikes. We will. We look at puts for this week. We look at the 40s. Right now, it's showing the puts for this week as the 40s for this week as 0 by 1. Wow. There's, I'm sorry, not 40s. My bad. 140s. Like 0 by 1. 32 by 40 cents. 36 cents is mark. TradeStation users, mid. That is mark on TOS. Same exact phrase, center. All right. And then we have the 140s. So you're looking at 36 cents. You're probably not going to get 36. You'll get 34, 35. I've not had the luck of midpoint at most of the time negotiating funded trades on GameStop. Doesn't mean you won't. I've not had the luxury of getting through and getting that fill. So is it okay? It's okay. I'm not upset at 35 cents, 33 cents. I'm good. I'll take the 33 cents. I'm just not crazy about the chart where the pattern looks yet with that rolling over that took place. Right? This move down is a little concerning, and now we're in that sideways push. The 8 is now the lowest moving average. If we roll over, I'm literally about being on the wrong side of it. AMC, similar pattern on AMC, right? We've got that kind of, that shoulder, that right shoulder is kind of rolled over a little bit. Well, we're now in between the moving averages, which, again, I'm not a fan of. I was also selling 40s. So I was right here, right? A little bit too tight for me. Now, could we go lower on the strike prices? Maybe. I mean, in an ideal world, I'm looking for a delta of 20, but this is not an ideal world, meaning when it's a difference of these types of stocks, these, GameStop, AME, AMC, we're looking at a different reason for doing a naked put. It's not, oh, yeah, I'm trying to potentially cover, own the stock and so forth. So on the 40s, right, July 16th, on the 40s, we're at 162 by 164 by 5. Very tight range right now. Super, super tight. Could we go lower? Yeah, we could. It looks like there's going to be a lot of premium in there. But I need to be down somewhere below that 33. In an ideal world, I'm down below 24. Right? But let's see. 33, 24, hut. 33, I can get 39 by 40. I'm okay with that. 24, I think the other one was 8 by 9. There's nothing there. It's too far away, right? So if I'm looking at it today, I'm probably looking at the 30s, 33s rather, maybe 32s, somewhere in there. 32, 33 are going to be the strikes that I'm going to choose from as one of my potential trades if I'm looking to take this, one of the potential options rather in that trade, right? Could you do a spread on it? Willie, I don't know if we'll get away with a spread there, a credit spread. It's just too tight. 32, 31, we've got, 5 cents or so. So probably not on a spread. Okay. All right, go ahead and drop in the symbols you want me to take a look at. Brenda, I do see your Q's still in there. You're at the very top of the queue. So I will jump into that one first. So drop them in, guys, gals. What do you want me to look at? You got it, Brenda, of course. All right, so I want to see what it means to me. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, so. I would like to get rid of these diagonal lines. Okay. Let's bring it current. Come on, baby. Come on. All right, so Brenda, we're pushing up to the negative 618. Remember, one of the reasons for redrawing fibs is if you violate on the close the negative 618. Doesn't mean, oh, draw it right now. It closed today. No. You have to find the right place to draw from. Now it says find a place to redraw the fibs or look for a place to redraw the fibs. All right, we're going to go into some of those techniques in New York as well as the redraw the fib component of what we do. Right? Let's see. So overall pattern looks good. We've got resistance right up above head, Brenda, at that negative 618, which comes out to be 360, 376. My moving average, my 8 is at 358.57, Brenda. I'm really in the middle of nowhere. You could look at intraday and start looking at pivot points every day on our Trade Watch alerts. And that's where those two trades, by the way, that I showed you this morning from our head trader, Amelia, those two trades came from Trade Watch alerts where they get texted out to our students in the morning, right? So you'll have things in there like pivot points, Brenda, right? Where Amelia is telling you, here's the key pivots you've got to focus on for today. And we're looking for bounces and or retracements from those levels out there, all right? So I'd be careful. Again, we're near all-time highs. We just keep rocking in the markets. So just be careful with something that's up like this, Brenda, on index, especially the NASDAQ hasn't played nice on some days, right? But overall, life is good, right? Let's see. My eyes hurt. What is that? Let's see. Okay, I'm getting there. I got to bring it back up now. So anything new that gets put in, it's gonna be a few minutes before I see it. Amos said PANW zero line breakout trade I posted. Is that in trade with Rob, Amos? I'm going to say yes, probably, because I can't see it at the bottom. I'm not going to, it's about 3 pages. I got to scroll down right now. So let's do this. So yeah, Amos, I mean, the trade, I had the trade in because of where we closed. I had the trade in bullish above X. So, which was at about, I don't remember the exact number, 1375 or so. And we opened up at 377, 378, whatever it was. And we were in the trade there. The first exit came in at 380. The stop went up. I couldn't bring it all the way up to break even. My stop went up right to about here, which took me to about 376. And then the same day we moved up and hit our second target and even ran further than that. So we were in and out all in one day. We got in and out July 6th on that setup. All right. Amos, hopefully that answered it. If not, just type it in the bottom. As soon as I get there, I'll go back and look. Joan asked, DKNG, does it look like a meme stock? Well, I don't know if there's a way of looking at the stock and calling it a meme, but the meme, is this one being touted by the Reddits of the world? You know, the Wall Street bets and all of those guys. I don't know. Right? When I look at the pattern, I'm not seeing what took place on a GameStop. Explosive moved up from $30 up to $500, whatever the numbers were. I'm not seeing that taking place, that transpiring in here. Right? So no, probably not. When I do look here, I see that we can back up that fib a little bit. Grab a new fib. All right. So what a great H pattern. Huh? This moved down. We came up. 1, 2, 3 lines. I love 3-line moves. Rarer compared to the twos. Twos all the time. Two and a little bit. 2 1/4, 2.5 line move. Happens all the time. Right? Great move back up and then a fail, right? So we're looking bearish. I would be looking at DKNG, who was asking on this, Joan. I would be looking at this bearish under that 48.5. So let it close below, retest and fail, and 45.25 is your first target. All right, so let's see. Got 17 new messages. Oops, too far down. All right, Jad, I'll do the first one, which is NEGG. I'll go back to the other ones if we have time. All right, so there you go. This is Newegg, right? Yeah, this is Newegg. So $10, that looks more like the meme, right? Right there, that crazy running freaky thing that takes off like that. If we go to GameStop, when all of this craziness happened, it was hard if you weren't in early and just sat at your computer like this, waiting to get out. It was hard to try to jump in on some of these, with the moves that it made over the next 3 or 4 days. It was really difficult. Okay. What is it? NEW? No, NEGG. All right. Let me get rid of that bar. I need to see that. Right. For me, could we draw a fib off of it? Sure. Absolutely. But for me, I don't really have an answer of what to do with it yet because I don't have enough history. If I can get decent put premium for it, would I do it today? No. You couldn't give me enough put premium. I would sell the 35s, but I need to get at least $33 for them. That's how much risk I'm not willing to take on this being a newer move. But look, boom, boom, boom. A couple of days up, it's happening. A little nudge, wham, and we just skyrocket in the one day. And then for 3 days, we fall, right? Leaving some people made a killing at it, I'm sure, but a lot more got crushed trying to jump in after that huge move, thinking it's going to keep going, just like GameStop. And GameStop didn't keep going. It pulled back. Let's see. So I hope that helps, Dad. I'd be a little cautious on it right now. Frankie B is asking for now. NOW. So let's go check it out. Great channel going on there, Frankie. I use a much different channeling system than you will ever find anywhere. I do not focus on the standard support resistance channel. If you take that channel, that standard channel, I would take that same height and add it to the top and take that same height and add it to the bottom. And then I split it in the middle of each of the lines. It's called a fibit. That's splitting that takes place in there. And if you watch, when we get a breakout, and here are the false breakouts, right? Look, we break out, we fail. We break out, we fail, right? We broke here and we ran. Okay, nothing I could do there. It pulled back, breakout, fail. Here's a breakout, a retest, and now we go 1, 2-line move off of that retest, right? Let's see. We break out, nice. We got the 1 line, but didn't pull through. We broke out, we retested, we bounced. There we go. Right now on NOW, you've got resistance at that 564, 565 level, right about in there, right on that line, 565. So caution on that. If it closes there. So if we can get a close at the 565 and a bounce from there tomorrow, I like it. Assuming no earnings coming, actual earnings. You got to confirm it. I always go to confirm on Omega charts. It gives me earnings, but I want to make sure that it actually is being announced on that date. So I always confirm before I place the trade, as you should as well on anything that you trade. So there we are with now, Frankie. So hopefully that helps. ADSK, which is Autodesk. All right. So I'm not going to, please don't type it in. I'll lose all of the symbols if you do. For yourself, what do you see? What pattern do you see? I'll give you about 5 seconds. I'm going to draw it out. What pattern is jumping out at you right now? Look to the right of the chart. What pattern? You ready? Watch. My lows are going higher. My tops are maintaining at 300. We have an ascending triangle, which is a bullish setup. We're not at the point yet of having it be close enough for me to find a trade setup on there. But if we are going to hold true on Autodesk, ADSK, and this Mike, I need a breakout, Mike, to take place of that upper level, that 300-point level, somewhere between August 10th and September 20th. August 10th, September 20th. That's where the breakout has to take place. If it goes further than that, the breakout is too late. Usually it just